Welcome back, Legendary Potato here to episode number 8 of the Minecraft tutorial series. And in the last episode, what we ended up doing is we ended up going to the Nether. We got a whole bunch of new stuff, so we'll eventually be able to use that for the potion brewing. And I said I was going to do the potion brewing in today's episode, but it came to my attention that I forgot to get some nether quartz. I didn't find any nether quartz, so unfortunately, or not nether warts, sorry, nether warts. I didn't get any nether warts, so I won't be able to do any of the brewing just yet. But I will be doing the brewing at some point. But what I want to do today, so I want to try and find something cool. I want to go and explore the world, and I want you to explore your world as well while I do this. And let's see if you can find anything cool. So I'm going to be going around the world, see if I find anything, and I'll kind of talk about it, explain it. Maybe you can find something like what I found. Maybe you'll find something completely different. But it's always good to leave your base for a little bit, find something new, get some cool loot. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to bring as much food as I possibly can with me, so that I should be all set to go. So, okay, got tons of mutton, getting some wheat, and then once I get all of this, we can get going with that. So, I'm not exactly too sure what I'll find. I could possibly find nothing, but I'm hoping I'll get a little bit lucky, of course. But you just basically want to pick a direction, make sure you know where you're going, and just kind of go for it, see if you find anything cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this wheat here. We can get started. I just need to make sure that I don't run out of food. If I run out of food while I'm adventuring, that can be very dangerous. Make sure you bring tons of food with you while you're doing this as well. And there we go. Okay, so I am all set. As long as you have plenty of food, you should be okay. Just make sure you are smart and careful, and everything should be fine. So I'll just go ahead and eat a thing now. Put down my seed, and we should be good to go. Let me just throw that in right there. Okay. So I'm going to go kind of to the right over this way. I don't think I need anything. I should be okay. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to see if I find anything down here. Like I have a very large render distance, so I can see like there's an ice spikes biome over that way. What else is going on? There's a whole bunch. Actually, I'm going to make a boat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back really quickly. If you have a whole bunch of bodies of water like I do, I would recommend that you make a boat as soon as possible. That way you can travel along the water very quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you also need a wooden shovel, so I'll just make a whole bunch of stuff there. Okay. So if you want to make a boat, here's how you do it. Get some sticks, and then we'll take the rest of these and we'll make a shovel right here. So you need a shovel for the boat. It's a little bit strange, but it's supposed to be like a paddle or something. Right there, oak boat, done. So now I can put that away. We can actually carry on. So yeah, if you have a lot of ocean, I recommend you make that really quickly. And you can use any type of wood. It does all have to be the same type of wood, I believe, though, so that it actually picks whatever thing it is. Like mine's an oak boat because I used oak wood. You get the idea, though. So let's go ahead. We'll start exploring with this. How do I even use... Okay, so basically you can try and turn with the boat a little bit using this. It is a little bit confusing at first, but it looks like the controls are a little bit inverted, so that's a thing there. I'm trying to figure this out. There's a sheep now on me. Oh, I just jumped out of the boat. But yeah, so like animals can get inside the boat as well, so that's the thing. I kind of don't want you inside of here, so we'll try that again and see if I can move. Can I actually move with this thing? Because I don't think I can, unless I'm facing the wrong way. I might be. I'm not sure. No, it seems like I'm going the right way. I'm not sure what's going on here. Alright, okay, I figured it out. So basically, since I'm on a keyboard, I have to hold down both directions, and so it'll kind of go like this. And so then if I let go of one, then it kind of turns me that way. So the boat controls are actually very confusing, but on a controller it'll be a little bit easier to use, but since I'm on a keyboard, it's kind of a little strange. So sorry about that. This is I think one of the first times I'm using a boat on a keyboard, so my bad about that. But we'll go ahead, we'll head off in that direction. Looks like there's something there. So yeah, it looks like there's a desert temple. You can see the little orange thing. So that looks very interesting there. So this boat is super annoying right now. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over that way. We'll take a little bit of swimming today, but there's also stuff under the water, which is part of the update aquatic, which is a more recent thing, at least for the time of when I'm recording this. But yeah, so I can go ahead and search underwater for anything too if I want to. But right now I'm kind of feeling okay with how it is. But basically the desert temple, the thing I'm heading to, you can kind of see it. It might be a little bit hard to tell. There's usually some pretty decent loot in there. There's also a trap that can try and kill you. It'll blow you up. So I'll show you how to safely navigate a desert temple so that you do not run into something like that. But yeah, I had no idea this was over here. It was a good thing I picked this direction, it looks like. So yeah, once I get there, which it's taken a little while, I'll go ahead and cut it to when I'm a little bit closer. Okay, so now I'm in here. Let's go ahead and check it out. I'll just go ahead and jump out. And so here it is. This is it basically. So it looks like there's nothing really going on. If you break this little blue thing right there, you will see there is stuff down there. So I'm going to be careful. What I'm going to do, and what I recommend you do, is you dig down from around here. Make sure that you're not above the air. So just kind of give yourself a little bit of space. And now I'm in here. I'll replace that. And break this pressure plate, and now you're safe. Okay, so you can get a bunch of loot. Saddles are kind of good. You want to take those. Bones are kind of nice. Gunpowder. I'll take the sand anyway, because why not? Saddles. So I'll explain a bunch of stuff that I'm getting, but there's some gold here, which is kind of nice. More bones. What else is there? There's an enchanted book. Whoa, that's a really crazy looking book there. But all of those are very strange. It looks like there's actually an enchantment for each type of thing except pickaxe. Huh, fascinating. So yeah, that's a crazy book. There's a lot of stuff. Ooh, there's a golden apple. Golden apples are somewhat rare. Projectile protection. So these are enchanted books, which kind of go along with the enchanting thing I've mentioned before. And so that's everything in this place. If you want to get the TNT, break this, and there's a bunch of TNT in here. If you ever want to use TNT to like clear out something, then you know this is good TNT to just grab while you're down here. But let's go ahead and head out of here. So I'd recommend you just pile up with like some of the sand you got or whatever else you got in your inventory, and we can get out of here very quickly. And so that's why I recommend you do explore your world a little bit, because you can find random loot like that every now and then. It's kind of good. So yeah, it looks like there's more ice biome down that way. I'll try and see if I can find anything else in the meantime, but right now it looks like there's a little bit of a savanna biome. So there's lots of biomes that you can run into. There's tons of things going on, which is always pretty cool. I don't see anything going on under the water. Like I don't see any like structures or anything right now. I do see a bunch of the ocean. So if I do find anything, that'd be pretty cool, but if not, it's not even that big of a deal. So let's go ahead. We'll get a little bit swimming done. I think it would have been better to just swim this than use the boat, to be honest, but that's okay. So yeah, I'll kind of continue down this direction for a little bit. Make sure you don't go too far, otherwise you'll risk losing your house and stuff. But if you have coordinates on like me, I guess you could refer to those as well. If you remember the coordinates of your house, might be a good idea to write those down in case you happen to forget or anything. But it doesn't look like I see anything really going on in the distance. At least it doesn't seem like it. There's so many different kinds of structures you can find. That's only one example of many. But I'll kind of explore a little bit more this way. Deserts are pretty great. They have tons of different structures that you can find. So if you walk into a desert, then you're probably going to have a lot of good luck there. And they're also generally kind of flat, so you can really see far off in the distance, which is always really nice and helpful as well, with the exception of a couple occasional mountains. Other than that, it's not too bad. But yeah, I can see like there's so much stuff going on in the distance. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start heading back to the house now. But if you just explore your world, you go to the different biomes, you will find a bunch of different random structures. I don't know how many there are, but there are like, I don't know, maybe at least 10. There's at least 10 different ones. There's probably 20 or maybe even 30. And there's still always ones being added too. But yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm stumbling across anything anytime soon. A lot of them include really good loot, which will help you out as well for the survival thing. Like this golden apple will be helpful later. These enchanted books might be helpful. Saddles are pretty nice. And yeah, that's pretty much about what we got. So those are some good items. You can also find diamonds in these things. You can find emeralds, which I haven't explained emeralds yet, but that's one of those things that's like, it's useful if you can like find a village and stuff. But yeah, so there's the desert temple there that we were at earlier. So let's go ahead and swim back down that way. And I'll try and swim through this really quickly because yeah, it's pretty slow. And it's also dangerous because things are spawning throughout the night. So I'd recommend maybe not being out here at nighttime if you don't quite know what you're doing. For me, I kind of know how to navigate and avoid stuff really quickly. But for you, if you're playing for the first time, this is probably going to be extremely dangerous. So I would recommend you be careful. You keep a lookout for what exactly is going on. There's like a creeper and a skeleton, and there's a spider there. So we'll just go ahead and we'll run away from all of this. And there's my boat as well. Okay, so we can get out of here. And I probably don't have to come back to this place anytime soon. But if you really want to as well, you could probably make this place into your own house or something. Honestly, it's all personal preference, but you can do whatever you want. Alright, there we go. So I'll meet you guys back when I'm back closer to the house, because this water takes forever to go across. Quick detour. I think I found something cool over here. I'm not exactly sure what this is. I think it's a fossil. But there are a lot of mobs around here. Oh, it's a structure. It's an ocean structure on the surface. I think these things actually have some treasure loot in them, so let's go ahead and try and check that out safely. But there are creepers around here, and they will try and explode us. So I'll go ahead and step in the water, and if you blow a creeper up in the water, it doesn't do any damage to you or the terrain around it, and it will push you back a little bit though. So good idea. If you're near water, put the creepers in there, get close to them, and everything should hopefully be fine. But yeah, let's go ahead. We'll do this quickly. I don't want to be here too long. But I did see this in my peripheral view. So we'll go ahead and see if there's anything we can find inside of this thing. Usually there's some amount of loot. There's a magma cube there, which is kind of cool. These things are generally supposed to spawn underwater. So it's kind of strange to see it on the surface anyway. Let's see. Is there anything here? Sometimes there's treasure chests. Sometimes there's not. I don't think this one's in this kind. No, it doesn't seem like it, but kind of a cool structure to see that on the surface at least. I'll go ahead and blow this creeper up, and then we can get out of here. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead. We'll swim it back to the house, which is down that way. Okay, so now that I made it back home safely, first thing I'm going to do is probably go to sleep, because there are mobs absolutely everywhere. I don't want to deal with them. So let's go ahead and try and find some land. We'll go right here. And my house should be right above this hill, or right around here. I don't know specifically where, but again, this is why you keep track of your stuff, because like it's really easy to lose your house sometimes. So I believe it is a little bit more down this way. If I travel along here, I'll probably see some light. If it's dark out, it's probably a little easier if you lit it up. There we go. Okay, so there's the house again. So we'll go ahead and travel home. Just make sure you remember your coordinates in case, worst case scenario. So you'll just have to go back and find that. But yeah, so now I'm back home. We'll sleep, and I can probably travel in another direction, see if I find anything else really quickly. I don't know, it's possible. I want to try and find some more loot. I'm going to quickly put it away though. Like, you don't want to keep going on travel trips without putting away your loot, otherwise you can risk losing it. Your inventory will be full, then you won't be able to take it all back with you. So just avoid all of that and just go ahead and clear out your loot as much as you can possibly do that. And then we'll go ahead, travel this way, see if I find anything. Of course, like, structures are never guaranteed. It's just complete luck if you just happen to stumble across one. There's no real way to predict when you're gonna find one. It'll just kind of happen, and that's kind of the best advice I can give you. But this is kind of a forest biome. There's not really anything that spawns inside of a forest biome, which is one of the downsides to these. They're very pretty, but they really don't spawn with structures. The only thing you're really gonna find is a dungeon, which includes a monster spawner, but those spawn in every biome and everywhere, underground and occasionally above ground as well. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much luck right now. But there's a swamp biome there. Swamp biomes, they're a little bit darker green. They spawn with witch huts, so those are kind of a little bit of a rare thing. And they can spawn in with the witch mob inside of them. Other than that, not too interesting. But yeah, so that's that right there. Not really too much worth going down that way for. So what I'll do is I will continue down to the left a little bit, so just make sure I remember that, and everything should be alright. Oop, alright, I'm stumbling across the stone wall. Just sometimes climbing up mountains can be a little bit annoying. Sometimes you have to like break stuff or whatever you're gonna do. There we go. Yeah, so we're running into a snow biome. Snow biomes don't really have that much either. Same thing with mountains. So this really isn't worth exploring too much. So sometimes a lot of it's just knowing what biomes are good to explore, what ones are not. And this is a great example of a direction not really to explore too much, just because like there's not much good stuff for miles here. So I'm gonna go ahead and head back home. But if you want your best chances of finding some cool stuff, I'd recommend you go to a desert biome, go to a plains biome, or go to a jungle biome, and those are all great biomes for finding cool structures. And I guess the ocean has a lot of cool structures as well, including the ocean monument. But I'll try and explain these things more as if I happen to find them or not. But there are lots of examples of structures that you find in lots of biomes. So let's go ahead and head back home, and I think that'll be just fine. And I'm going to collect some food while I'm out and about as well, at least so the trip was a little bit worthwhile doing that at least. But yeah, biomes, especially on Bedrock and Java editions, are going to be really, really big. So if you're inside a biome, you can probably expect it'll go on for a long time. But for console edition, the biomes can be a lot smaller, so you'll have a lot more variety in your world. So like you can be in a forest in 1 second, then a desert, then you can be in a snow one, and like just walking by like 100 blocks or something. Like the biomes are really small there. But here, biomes are big. So if you're like in a forest like this, you can expect it to go on for a long time. But I made it back home, and so that was just trying to find some natural structures. I did find that desert temple, which was cool. It wasn't even all that far away, which is always kind of nice. But yeah, so hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. Of course, that's how you can find some structures in Minecraft. If you want to go exploring, just be careful. You might be able to find some really cool stuff, and there's probably going to be traps and things that'll try and kill you, but if you're smart and strong enough, then you should be okay. But with that said, hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on bell notifications so you don't miss that next episode when it goes live, of course. But with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys, and peace out. After I kill this sheep. Oh, he's gone. The sheep's gone. Don't worry about it. Peace out.